Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast Behind the Dream with your host, Pierce Woodward. Today we have a very special guest on, as always. This is my boy, Drew. This guy is insane. I first saw his content. He was shooting a video for this TikToker / fitness influencer, Max Taylor. And I saw the video, the edit of it, and I was like, whoa, this video is crazy. And then I'm like, I'm big into film. So I check his account out. This dude's just a powerhouse. Like, so consistent on content, just in the gym, grinding, content, his own content, others people's content, editing like crazy, making money, chasing dreams. I was like, I got to get him on the podcast, interview him, hear about his dreams as a child, hear about his dream now. So it's a pleasure having you on.
Thank you. I appreciate all kind words.
So first question I'm very curious on is, what was your dream 5 years ago?
5 years ago, let's see. So I just turned 19 recently, so I'd be 14. It was actually funny. That was whenever I first started making videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lived in Mississippi in a little town called Clinton, Mississippi, which everyone out here, at least, no one has any idea.
I thought you grew up in Utah.
Nah, literally nobody knows where even, people can't even name where Mississippi is on the map.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't name one city in Mississippi.
Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up there in a small town, and I honestly never thought I'd get to this point at all.
Yeah.
I had a lot of stuff go on in Mississippi, and you feel very trapped. I know a lot of people feel trapped in their small towns, wherever they are.
Wait, do you mind if I want to look this up real quick?
Yeah,
I want a visual on. So it's called Clinton?
Clinton, Mississippi. It's a little town.
Is there
right
mountains in
outside
Mississippi?
Jackson. Nah, so it's basically flip-flop of Alabama. So it's all just flat land. I mean, highest elevation is if you look up about 500 feet, there might be a hill. That's probably the tallest thing there is.
Yeah, just old town.
Yeah.
Clinton Massacre. Wow.
Think about your step 50 years back.
Yeah,
into
it looks exactly like
literally
that.
it's 50 years back.
Yeah, old bell towers.
Yep.
Mississippi College in 1826. Holy cow.
Yeah, there's
Dang.
some history there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, okay, continue what you're saying then. So yeah, you were in Mississippi.
Yeah, so I was in Mississippi, and there you go. Now I can really hear myself. So yeah, I was in Mississippi, and I guess kind of tie into how I got into videography. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. I had a really good friend of mine pass away whenever I was about that same time, 14.
14, dang.
And he took his life, and I don't want to speak too much about that, but it is
no
a
worries.
terrible thing, and it's sad that it happened, but I've definitely grown a lot from it,
Yeah.
which a lot of people can say the same. It either can break you or make you. So,
Yeah.
So whenever that happened, though, it's just really important to the story is I was basically really down, and I was 14. I didn't know how to register things like that. So I was just stuck in my bedroom. I didn't go to school for 2 or 3 weeks or something.
Wow, what grade was that?
Halfway, I think, into 7th grade then.
Okay.
Something like that. It's 14.
Shoot, man.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. But being in that situation, I was really sad. And I had just started watching YouTube and stuff and getting into the social media world of just watching other people who inspire you, So there's this kid, Ollie Ritchie, who even people who are in filmmaking and stuff don't really know him too much. He's from Australia, but he made this video called Time, and it was just kind of just about time and our lives, and I used the same song that he used in it, and I was like, I think I could make something like this, because it really was the only thing that I kind of looked at it and I was like, if this dude can make something like that, then I can do it too. And it was
something that made you
it just
feel
made
something
me
at
feel
that time
something.
of your life.
Yeah, 100%.
So it was you kind of projected I want to make other people feel something through that artistic standpoint.
Yeah, and I don't know how I registered it so young, but I just kind of took from it we really just have this amount of time in our lives, and I think the visual expression is just something that really hits home with me. And because you can make people feel something with sound design, with just the visuals, just the emotion, the movement. It's 24 frames per second of emotion. So I feel think of that. That's how I kind of compare photography to videography.
Yeah,
it's 24 frames of that every second.
Every second.
Yeah.
So much more emotion to be created.
At least in a cinematic sense of 24 frames per second.
Dang. Well, so then that emotion that hit you when you were 14? Did you register as like did it subconsciously just trigger you and you were like, I want to create like art pieces through film, or were you conscious of it being like, I want to make this something that makes people feel something? Or was that not even like what the goal was? Like, yeah, what would you say like now? What is your purpose with film?
My purpose now, I would say, differing from then, is at that point, I kind of just like, it was the only thing that made me feel like I could keep going, I guess.
Okay.
It was like, there's so much beauty in this world to like take in and discover. Like sharing that with other people is so cool. I think it's basically stuck around to the same thing. Because I mean, like that changed my perspective so much. The main thing is like just my perspective and my perception of life. So seeing that now is kind of the same thing. I mean, I feel like a lot more of my style at this point is to like hype people up, like get people, like I want people to be excited. Like I want them to be like, wow, like I want to go to this concert. I want to go, like I want to go in the gym. I could be like this. Like I just want people to feel that like,
energy.
Energy.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Well, I want to ask you about that, but real quick, just so people have context. Also, can you hear me?
I can't.
You can't hear me?
I think I can hear you, but like I don't know if it's through this or through there.
Okay, wait. Richie, we're gonna pause for a second. Okay, well, boom, we're back. Okay, so just for context, so everyone knows what he's talking about, I'm gonna pop up a edit real quick. So just be quiet. Hear the music. Actually, don't use the music. I'll just. What's a song? Hum a song that you used recently.
A song that I used recently.
I'll put it in. Just hum it.
Now you got me thinking. Wait, what did I use lately? My new Mozzie, I give a fuck what you heard. Dun, 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 dun.
Fire, look at that. That edit goes
like
crazy.
That.
But yeah. So you definitely create that like that. I hate. I feel like the word masculine is overused right now, but like it definitely gives that like power feeling. Like your edits definitely do. So you saying that makes 100% like sense. Like when I see your edits, like I want to go do something. Like,
I want it to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
like
it definitely
that.
does. So what I'm curious about is what, because I maybe it was, but was that the style and was that the energy 5 years ago that you thought about?
No, so I'll actually say really quick on here. If you want to like go look at my YouTube real quick, you can see so whenever I said I like that video time, I actually like made my own version of it. And
okay.
It's my first video and I have it on my YouTube, but you can see like that video I've shown so many people and it's literally made like my best guy friends like almost cry. Like and my mom cries every time she watches it.
I'll watch it after this.
And it's kind of like encompasses Mississippi too though, because it was like all filmed there.
Oh, okay.
But
it's like everyone kind of related to it and felt it.
And you just feel like the small town, like it's so different now. Like I'm never gonna be the same. Yeah, it's about time. And like it's a song from Tom Rosenthal. I forgot the name of it, but do you know Tom Rosenthal? No. Great artist. He's like kind of pianist
Musician?
Type of thing. Musician, yeah. But
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, I would definitely say my style has changed. I still like am very open to it. Like my long-term goal, I guess you could say, would be like documentary style stuff. Kind of
just back into that emotion though.
Yeah. And I think that's something that like right now I'm 19, like my 19 to 30 stage, I feel like is going to be so fast paced. And so,
bro, that blows me away that you just turned 90. How long have you lived in Utah?
So I moved here whenever I was 15.
Oh, shoot. Really?
Yeah. Right whenever I turned 15.
Okay.
Right after.
So your whole family moved here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brought you guys to Utah?
So we all kind of wanted a change of pace and stuff. And then a lot of it was me. And then some of it was my mom actually grew up here. Okay. And then my dad, like our family goes way back in Mississippi, like the start of that town. So
the racist motherfucker.
Dude, I'm saying, luckily my family like actually brought in like kids who were like couldn't get education, like black kids whenever they were younger, African American kids.
All right, whatever you got to tell yourself.
Yeah, like, bro. but man, there's still there's a lot of racism there. It's bad. Yeah, it's tough.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's a change of pace because I feel like that's not how Salt Lake is at all.
Nah. It's very much more opening. And
which is surprising because you go down to Utah County.
Mm-hmm.
You go down an hour south. It's a
difference.
So did you grow up Mormon at all?
So, yeah, I grew up Mormon and we actually moved to Provo because my parents have a house there they've had for like 20 years. Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Are you Mormon now?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
No.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
kidding. No.
Surprised. I don't think I've met anyone
Uh,
that like I feel like it's falling off, bro.
it
Like,
is, but I will say I have a lot of respect for it.
Same.
100%.
Same.
And that's one thing that people like. There's so many people who just hate on it or they love it and they're in it. It's like, I'm just very accepting. You do what you want to do. If it makes you happy, sweet. All my family's Mormon, dope. I support it. I just not really going to go to church with you guys.
Yeah.
But like,
no, I feel that. I think for me, I just had I had an energy shift and it was a great, character development, but there was a lot of trauma I had when I left. There was stuff I found out about the church that just like my whole family left. And so then it was just like so traumatic. And I left when I was 14 and I was like, bro, I was Mormon as it gets. Like I was ready to go on my mission.
Yeah.
I was scripture study every night. Like it was bad. And so, I mean, well, it wasn't bad, but it was just like, not where I thought I'd be right now. But, so I had this trauma built up with it. And then once I started seeing like it positively affect other people, I had this girlfriend that like went on a mission, whatever, and it's just like changed her life and she's become a better person because of it. And so like seeing that definitely makes me like be like, oh, there's a good and bad to everything.
for sure.
I was in Park City not yesterday, like 2 weeks ago, and all my friends were at the bar and my fake doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I was just walking around and there was this painting, this red painting in this glass window, and it was just completely red, but it just had like splashes and smudges of red and different hues of red. And another friend came up and I was like asking him, like, what do you feel when you see this? Because like I was thinking about the artist, like why would they paint just a red square on a canvas? And then I felt like love, like warmth, because like red. And then he said he felt like fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
And so I thought like, dude, that hit me so hard because I think that's all aspects of life. Like every single thing, there's two perspectives of a form of anything. Like that candle right there. One person's going to say it makes them feel anxious. One person's going to makes them feel comforted because another person, they could have a trauma from their childhood about fire.
Exactly.
And then another person has an amazing experience with fire. So it's like, it's just crazy to me. And that's why I never try and judge anything. Like I just so in the basis of like everything has this awesome quote that I found. Basically it's like super simple, but it's just, what is it? Oh, you are the variable. Everything that you perceive is up to you.
Yeah.
Something like that. But it's basically just says like you get to choose what offends you, what makes you happy. Like that's all your choice of perception. Sorry, I just went down a whole philosophical
That's I 100% agree with all of that.
Yeah.
Though.
So it's interesting, but I mean, it's weird. I don't know if you feel this way. It's weird being like around that so much though. And like, why did you leave the church? Because maybe it's different for me.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Let's say I don't know if I should like say it on here.
Yeah.
I was very open to new things.
Okay.
Whenever I was like moved out here and stuff, very big change. Let's just say I may have taken some certain drugs that may change your perception on things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what age?
And that's the crazy thing too. Is like a lot of people like freak out about it. But I was like 15 whenever I took.
I know exactly what you took because that's exactly what I took. It changed my perspective too. I was up on that, Draper.
Yeah.
I was up. I think I told this story before, so I won't tell it. But like on the podcast, and I was sitting up on that hill with some friends, and like just my purpose and meaning for life. I feel like not for life. I don't believe in life, but like time, like where I want to go was just like. It was right after I left the church, and then that was when I realized I was like, "Whoa, there's so much more to reality. There's so much more to human connection. There's so much more to emotion. There's so much more to being."
There's just like once you have all of that knowledge, it's just it's hard to be able to think that one thing is like the perfect thing because there's so many. Yeah, like you said, like circumstances that people have been through that bring to the point, like the reason why. Like my mom decided to become Mormon is on all these different circumstances that came into her life. And that's another thing. Like I feel the same way. Like you don't judge anybody because everybody's been through something. And it's like everyone compares every idea and thing.
Oh, 100%.
They all compare it to something that's happened in their life. Like if I say something, you're going to think, how can I like relate that to myself? Like what did I go through? That relates to that. And that's how everyone is. So that's why you have to be like very open, 100%.
Yeah. Well, it's even subconscious because There's something this is kind of one of my biggest takeaways of 20. I guess it was, what are we, 2023? So 2022.
Yeah.
Like, one of my biggest takeaways was, and there's tons of Andrew Huberman talks about it a lot, but there's tons of other studies on it. That literally, so the first 10 years of your life is basically until you like actually make work, but like 90% of, say 99% of the entire world, the way that you react in life is based on those first 10 years of your life, because that's you're humans. And that's why, you know, where like horses or cows, they come out and they just like start walking, they do their own thing. But we like grow up with our parents. And so what your parents say, and that's like your figure above you, that's how you start perceiving the world. And so what you're told is right, it becomes right in your mind. What you're told is wrong becomes wrong in your mind. And that's why stuff like even like homophobia, racist, all this stuff takes generations to go down, because it's how you're raised. And then that's how, even though you don't, unless you like make that change, or then you start having people around you that changes your perception or changes your reality, nothing changes if that doesn't happen, because like those first 10 years of your life, you're just so susceptible. And so you're just soaking up everything. And then that's what you release into the world after you're, 10 years old, and you start telling people about and stuff. And then that's how you react. And that's where your traumas are built up. And then that's how like the fire thing, like there could be, you could have stepped in fire when you're 3 and you don't even know about it. But then when you get close to a campfire, like you start getting really anxious. It's just like crazy, like subconscious things, and like builds up in your body that you just aren't even aware of.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just crazy to me that like how much like your childhood affects the rest of your life.
Very much so. I actually just had a talk with one of my buddies about this, because I have a friend like from Mississippi, and if anybody out here met him, they'd be like, "Oh, he's racist." Like, that's what they. I mean, that's just how it is. But then, like, I look at him, and I kind of like, I love to just analyze people. That's kind of how I've always been. I'm very like quiet. I kind of keep to myself, but I love to just listen and hear what people have to say and kind of like analyze them in my head. I'm like, okay, you can say all this and you can react emotionally, or you can be like, okay, if I actually think about it, this guy, he's a lot less racist than his dad. Yeah. And his dad was a lot less racist than his dad. It's like, it goes back and back, but it is. And like, he grew up homeschooled. Like he like stayed in his dad's, like worked with his dad. And it's like,
so his perception is
just so focused on how he grew up. And that's just how it is. And people automatically just want to hate instead of be like, let's understand.
Yeah. Where it comes from.
Can like help
out.
Yeah.
No, it is so true. There's a lot of, even with the self-development era, there's a lot of judgment for people that are deep into self-development. It's a funny, what do you call it, paradox, I guess. Well, I mean, we kind of went down a rabbit hole, but I'm curious. So you dream when you're 14, you wanted to get into film, you wanted to make people feel stuff. How has that dream changed from now being 19? Like, where you are today, where do you see, like, I don't believe in like life purpose or meaning for life, but I do believe in like a time purpose. That's why I always ask, like 5 to 10 years. I feel like there's a lot of development that happens each 5 to 10 years, even like a year. But where do you, like, what is your dream currently that after this 5 years, you've been in film, you've worked with amazing people, amazing brands, developed so much skill, you're living alone in a nice apartment up in Salt Lake, kicking it. And like everything that as your child, like if you saw like your 14-year-old self, I guarantee if you saw yourself today, like you can imagine yourself at 14, and you can like see yourself perceiving yourself now, and just like, I don't know, I like to do that sometimes. I just look at my 14-year-old self and like I pretend like I'm talking to him, and I'm just like I get so emotional, because I'm just like, wow, like what everything that he wanted to do, like I'm him.
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
That's probably how you feel. But then, so it kind of went down a long question, but like, what is that your dream now?
Yeah, my dream now, it's kind of like always stayed the same. So like aside from the emotional stuff I wanted to pursue whenever I was younger, I also like would remix. This will bring into it, but I would like look up YouTube videos of DJs and concert like rappers and all their performances, and I like make videos myself and like mashups with effects and everything. Okay. And so that was my dream.
With their footage?
Yeah, with their footage. Okay. So it was like unedited, like if you look up like Rolling Loud live performance, and then it's just the performance shots, but it's not edited.
Oh, that's actually
so
smart.
I would download them from YouTube. Yeah. And then I'd edit them all.
Create a montage.
Yeah, I create montages.
Dang, anyone wanting to get into film, that's genius.
It is.
100%. That's actually genius, because I feel like that's a big struggle with beginning filmers and editors is they don't have the good camera equipment. They don't have editing software, $20 a month. Yeah. They can download a YouTube video of anything.
I'm telling you can also go on YouTube. You can get anything cracked. Premiere Pro, free. After Effects free. I buy them all now. But I'm saying if you're a 14-year-old kid who like doesn't have enough money, it's like if there's a will, there's a way. If you want to, you can.
Spitting facts.
Reddit, man, Reddit.
And if you go into, I didn't say this either. If you do want to pay and still get it cheap, you can. This is what I'm doing right now. No, I'm not. But
allegedly, supposedly,
you can say you're in school and you just list any school. They don't backtrack it. You just list what school you're in, what you're studying, and then you just say when you graduate. And I set it for 4 years, just like barely. So I have Premiere Pro for like everything, like
the Creative Cloud thing.
Yeah, Creative Cloud, every single app for $20 a month, unlimited for 4 years.
And I think it's like 60 without that. So still, it's like
it's like
dude,
80 almost.
Cut out 3 meals for fast food a month, and you're paying for it. It's like if you want it, you can get it. That's the main thing.
Yeah, so true. And I think anyone can afford $20 if it's something a month. Yeah,
for sure.
Because you're spending it somewhere else for sure. Okay, continue on what.
Okay, so going off of that, like my dream, besides emotional stuff, like it was emotional whenever I needed it. And then it was like, okay, now I know what I want to do. Yeah. I want to make something cool out of it. Like I want to make stuff that hypes people up. I don't really want to make people like basking in sadness. There's a time and a place, but I don't feel like it's always great. Like I love just be hyped up all the time. Like if I don't have to be down ever, like why be down? You know? So for me, like I want to just excite people all the time. So that was my main thing is I wanted to shoot for DJs. I wanted to shoot for big like rappers and stuff. Okay. And then now it's kind of shifted with like fitness because I've shout out to Max Taylor. That's the guy who I do my vlogs. That's like my retainer client that I have on an active basis. But he's given me a lot of opportunities. And along with that, I've gotten way connected with the fitness industry.
Yeah, I've seen you go deep in there.
Young LA, which is a clothing brand. I'm wearing.
What's
everything.
The code? Drop the code.
Yeah, code DXC for Young LA. And I am doing a lot of stuff with clothes. So now it's all like clothes, concerts, and then I kind of just want to do it all. So I saw, what's your name again? Richie. So shout out to Richie, by the way, making this happen. But I saw your tattoo, the Be Here Now. I actually like been reading that book recently, but I feel like I'm kind of just trying to like not think about the future, and I'm just taking every opportunity I can. And then if I end up doing concerts and like going on tour, that'd be dope. I just have kind of like,
you're letting the presence take you whatever direction.
Yeah, but I have a lot of like check boxes. It's like I want to do this the next 5 years. I think I
what
have.
Would you say, biggest 3 check boxes.
Yeah, biggest 3 check boxes. I want to shoot a Dreamville festival. Okay. Which at Rolling Loud everything's bigger, but like I'm a big fan of J. Cole and JID and like all of his people under him and his record label. So I want to shoot for that. I also want to, let's see. I have my list on my phone. I'm trying to think.
Just think like from your heart. Like what do you want to see yourself accomplish? Doesn't even have to be like money or materialistic at all. Like it can be something.
I definitely want to like find a way to help people develop their skills to like a point that I have more. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out a way I can do that. I try and be like as supportive as I can, like in the DMs or like respond to people, but I want to have a way I can like express myself in the community more. I guess I want to create like a community of videographers and editors. And I think I really want to open a studio. I'm actually talking with Corey.
Yeah, I know Corey.
Yeah.
Bro, keep me updated on that because I would totally like
I'm actually like I'm trying to get some people involved, but
I wanted to do this idea, get like a warehouse and turn it into a studio, cold plunges, skate ramp, all of it, and also like storage, like anyone that needs to store stuff, clothing samples, everything. 10 people, about 30 or 3,000 to 4,000 square foot warehouse. They're about $4,000 to $5,000. 10 people, it's like $400 or $500 a month, and then everyone can come use it, shoot in it. And then we have like a group chat, like, hey, we're going to shoot a YouTube video. So, bro, I'm dead.
That's like literally exactly what I've been talking to Corey about. Yeah. But I'm trying to that's my other goal is I want to make that. And I also want to like have it where we can book out like the studio section. Yeah. And then we can like kind of make passive income while also creating a community of like people who all want to create stuff together. So,
dude. Yeah. Keep me updated on that. I'll keep you updated too because I already have like 4 people that are in lockdown.
I already have a couple people too. Hey, Corey and his business partner are locked. So
who's he doing business partner with?
It's
Damon or
no,
Oh,
not
okay.
Damon.
Is
It's
this for new?
Garrett. I don't remember his last name. It's Garrett. He's the one who. Have you seen Rat Tank by chance?
Rat Take?
He does Luca International. That's his business partner. You don't like know him too much. His name's Garrett. He's a really cool dude.
Okay.
But
Okay. He's from Utah.
yeah,
Oh,
and he like handles all the financial side and like
Business side of
business
Luca?
side and
Okay.
stuff, and then yeah.
okay.
So-
Okay.
But they like started together with Luca International.
Okay.
But
All right. Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, man. That'd be sweet.
But that's like my 5-year goal. I think that actually is what it is. Is mainly I want to make a studio. I want to shoot for Dreamville, and then I want to create like a way to bring an editing community together or something.
No, I love
I
that.
just don't want to be like just a face. I want people to like feel like they're in with
Connected.
me, too. Not just like
Yeah. No,
cool guy
like, yeah.
way up here.
Yeah, it's like
A lot of them are like really quiet. A lot of videographers and editors, they're like don't want a lot of people know what's going on.
They're the behind the scenes people. Yeah, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
Especially
for sure.
with you bringing that more attention of. Nah, that's sick, man. I'm curious on the young LA thing. Well, yeah, I have 2 questions, and we can bleep them out, or you don't even have to answer them at all. I'm just curious.
Okay.
With young LA, how does first off, what percentage do you get off when you use your code, and what percentage, like, how does that all work?
Yeah, so I get commission based off of that, and then I got connected with them through Max, and because Max is one of like their top sellers for Young LA, and so I just have a code for them, and then I have a deal with them for like videos, so I make 3 reels a month for them,
Okay.
and they pay me a salary for that.
Okay.
And
Well,
they
and
just
I'll
go
bleep this
around.
out. Would you tell me, or do you not have
I
to?
can tell you. I
Okay.
don't care.
Do you care to say it on it, or do you want me to bleep it? You can tell. It's fine if we could totally bleep it.
Oh, just like what my rates are or whatever.
Yeah, or no, like what with Young LA, I'm curious. Like what do you for 3 reels, as well as like what's the average monthly like from people using your code?
I feel like I'll keep the code to myself, that stuff, but I will say like how much I charge for videos, because a lot of people like wonder about that. So like reels, I started out at like $200 a reel after doing like free work, and then I've worked myself up over the past like 4 years to now I'm charging between $750 and $1,200 per video
reel? Nice.
for reels, and then
Dude,
it
that's
just
awesome.
kind of goes up and up just with each client that I get,
Yeah.
and yeah, so
So for how many videos do you produce, like YouTube videos, like for Max? How many?
I do one a week every week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is that feasible for you, like with editing and everything?
Yeah. I usually kick them out. How long
does it take you to edit
me?
one?
Yeah. So his vlogs, it used to take me about like 12 hours total, I think.
Yeah.
And then now I've kind of like been working a lot harder and I try and up my game each time.
Yeah.
So I'd say I like usually split it into 2 nights. There's one night for about 4 hours. I'll like cut everything up, chop it up, and then organize all the footage, do the audio, and then next day I'll do the like editing itself, the gym montages and stuff, and like all the in between edits. I'll do that for about 3-4 hours, and then I'll do the intro, which is literally like 8 seconds long, and that takes me like 4 hours because
You
I
create a new intro for every video.
Yeah. And because that's like what
Your style.
brings everyone in, and that's
Yeah.
where I can really show off like my
Your
editing
style.
skills.
No, dude, they're killer.
So
No,
yeah,
wait, throw up a Ricky.
Yeah, you
throw
shot
up
that
a,
one.
Yeah, throw it.
all the masking.
All the masking looks so sick. What like for a YouTube video? What do you charge?
For YouTube videos, it's usually between about 1,000 to 1,500. But I used to start out like everything is with rates. It's like you gotta do free work. That's the thing. Is a lot of people like they'll listen to this. That's the only reason why I'm like kind of hesitant about saying it, is because a lot of people like oh, I should be worth that. But like you're not worth that. It's time. It's time. Like
Skill
you
development.
have to take time to get better and better.
That is so.
But-
I think that's a
and
great
free
tip.
work is the number one thing. Like
Yeah.
spec work is how you get connections. Networking is key in video editing. 100%.
Yeah, well, dude, networking in every
Everything,
industry
everything.
is the key. Like
Yeah.
100%. Like that literally was my top 3 goals this year, is networking, because
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I really wanted to just keep pushing with the podcast, because like just networking is one, it's something I'm super passionate about, like connecting with people, as well as 2, it creates so many different opportunities for you,
Mm-hmm.
especially like with what he's saying, like free work, like in any industry, like doing free work, you build amazing connections. you build respect and good relationships, and you're developing your skill as a creator or as whatever industry you're in. So it's like there is nothing besides time that you're losing, but the time to then the knowledge you're gaining, the connections you're gaining is just like endless.
Yeah, it's priceless.
How did the whole thing with Max even work out?
Yeah, so with Max,
Did he just reach out?
Yeah, this goes back to kind of like what we were saying earlier. It's like just along with like the conscious and everything, it's really just, I have like an affirmation I say every day and I write it down. It's just, my attitude reflects my reality and I'm grateful to be alive. It's like if your attitude, so this goes in with Max, so is I like had just moved out after I graduated early from high school. So I like graduated early and then moved out December, halfway through that year. And I was 18, just turned 18. And then I went to Daybreak, which is, it's a spooky little place.
That's
it's
where
like
you're living?
Yeah.
Spooky, dude. Daybreak's like amazing.
Okay, until you live, it's like,
throw up a picture of Daybreak. This place is like, what's the movie from, what's that movie with Jim Carrey where he's in that like alternate, like in the bubble?
But that's the thing.
That's the issue.
I give it 4 months and then it's too perfect. And you're like,
you're tripping out.
Whoa, like there's no crime. Nobody's nobody's mad at each other. Everyone's just has their kids walking around. Yeah. Like, it's just like, it's too perfect. I need like to be like, I got chased by a homeless dude. Like I need to like be scared sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Respectfully.
Like, I like that.
Yeah, that energy.
But
okay. I mean, you do you. But yeah, no, Daybreak's a cool place.
It's pretty though. It is. If I was like just had a kid, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's a best way to put it. That is totally. That's totally. Dang, man. Wait, I had a question I wrote down while you were talking because I wanted to ask you it. Oh, yes. So I'm curious on. So I saw you started 75 Hard. You're on what, day 28?
I'm on day 38.
38. That's what it was. Okay, I just saw that. I'm curious because I've always wanted to start it, but I also think a lot because everyone knows what 75 Hard is. If you don't know what 75 Hard is, it's a 75-day challenge, basically. Gym every day, a gallon of water every day. Actually, you're doing it. I'll have you tell it.
It's 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes. One of them has to be outside, one of them inside, or they can both be outside if you're crazy. But then you have to drink a gallon of water a day. You have to read 10 pages of a book. Can't be an audiobook. You have to take a progress picture every day and a diet. The thing about like the audiobook is it's to like maintain your attention span. Okay. It's like what it's trying to build.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you have to focus and read.
So, and then my follow-up question with that is like, have you seen changes in you, your attitude or difference? Because I feel like 75 Hard, especially like, I feel like I can, we're very like, we're able to relate a lot. And so my thought is like, I don't know if it like, I feel like I basically kind of do the same, but I feel like it would just add a little layer of stress to my life. Would you recommend it? Or do you think it's like what's your perspective on 75 Hard?
It's actually funny because this is something I'm really noticing right now being through this is, it also ties in, I forgot to finish my thing with Max, but it'll tie into it. So I met Max right after I started 75 Hard. I was working for this media company. Screw that dude. The dude who ran that. No, Mad Cash Media. I don't even care. I'll say it. Because the dude was a dick to me for no reason. But I was literally like the best asset that he had. And then for some reason, Mad Cash Media is no longer going after I left. But so I was working for them and stuff, and I did 75 Hard like during that time. And after like moving out of high school and being alone, like I started the day that I moved out into my new place. And if you're in a situation where you're like working for somebody else, like you have a lot more of a schedule based around like a schedule based like life already. It's easy to implement like, okay, I'll wake up a little bit early, I'll get my first workout in, and then at night I'll do this. And it keeps you very on track if you're trying to, like if you're a college kid who like you have school and you don't have a lot of work, but you have like a little bit, you have some free time is what I mean, kind of. So I had a lot more free time there because I was like working for a media company, is like very schedule based. I knew when I was going to be doing stuff.
Gotcha.
And it definitely built my mindset to be very disciplined and everything. Like I needed that during that time.
Okay.
And whenever you're younger and stuff, for sure.
So this is your second time doing it?
This is my second time doing it. And so this time though, I'm now a little bit older. I've gotten all these connections. I've like living in a nicer place. I'm doing all this stuff. and I'm like really like I'm grinding. Like every night I'm up till like 6 a.m. editing half the time,
Yeah.
type of stuff. So and then I'm like traveling to a different state to go shoot some stuff, and then I'm coming back. Like I was just in New York, and man, it's stressful because it's like you're in an airport and then you gotta walk with all your stuff for 45 minutes to get in an indoor workout. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a lot harder, and I feel like I took everything I needed from the first 75 hard, and now it's kind of like I don't really need to be doing like I already do.
You already
everything,
have that, that
except for like
lifestyle.
the second workout and like a very specific diet.
Yeah.
Like I basically already
do
it all,
and that's the point I
Yeah.
wanted to get at, because I was curious on the like your perspective, because I feel like you're big into fitness, you're big into health, you're big into like self-development, reading, all that stuff, and I'm just like, that's why I was always curious like why you were doing the 75 hard. But I mean, that definitely makes sense. So I guess what were you hoping to gain from doing it the second time around?
It was really just kind of for kicks, and I told my buddy he like wanted to do it. It actually wasn't Ethan. It was this kid Mari, and we were like, we had the idea for this Discord, and we like made a Discord, and I mean we got like 700 people to join, and they were all like doing the challenge and stuff, and so it was kind of more of like in the moment I was like, yeah, I'll do it again. Like I did it once, I can do it again.
Yeah.
But
Now you're just
now I'm kind of like
more inconvenient than pushing you forward, because you've
Like,
already created that lifestyle.
100%. And but there's so many kids who like are, if you're in the dark and you're sad and you don't know what to do, discipline is the number one way to get out of it. So like having that 75 hard, that changed my life for sure. But like now it's like I took everything I learned from it, and then like it's kind of just I said I'd do it, so now I gotta do it, because I'm not one to like be a quitter.
Hey,
but
respectfully.
Like,
no, I get that. I totally get that, because that's kind of like how the thing I never liked about 75 hard, because I've been kind of like going really at the gym for the past 6 months, so I've been thinking about 75 hard, and then I saw you do it, I was like maybe I'd do it, and then I was like, but I love like when I go to the gym, I go for like 2 hours, and I love that, like my workout split, and like there's no way I'm doing like there's no way I'm only doing an hour workout, and then like let's say I'm doing chest and back one day, so I'm not gonna go hit chest and then later go back to the gym and hit and I'm not gonna get sweaty, shower again twice. So I didn't like this 2-part thing, but it's interesting. But like with you, I feel like you're heavy to the gym too, and like I don't imagine you going and lifting for 45 minutes.
No, so like I'll usually go. I don't have to change my regimen, but like I'll go in for. I usually work out for about an hour and a half, and then I'll run for 45 minutes. Like outside.
Outside. Okay.
So because you have to do what outside.
Like cardio? I've been trying to get into cardio, but like some people like there's some gym people, influencers and not influencers, that like are big. Like they're like, if you want heavy gains, like start doing cardio. But then there's other people that are just like, cardio's a waste. Like they don't say cardio's a waste, but like it's not as important. And I'm just in this fine line where I'm like, like I know cardio is good for your cardiovascular system, which then helps pump the blood better and gets, recovery time, all that stuff. But I'm just like, I don't know. Like, have you seen your body feel better and
it's really just like your goals, because for me right now, like with 75 hard, that is one thing for sure. Like my cardiovascular health goes up a lot. I'm way, like I feel a lot better, but like I can be just as, if I want to just get big, if I want to get look, if I want to just look a certain way, then you don't have to do cardio at all. But if you want to like feel good, and I mean, it's kind of like, it's very detailed with how much you can go into it, but it's like it's calories in and calories out, really. So if you're burning more calories with cardio, then you'll usually get leaner. So if like I'm working out in the gym and I'm doing cardio, like 75 hard, like you'll get lean no matter what. Like if you're doing 2 workouts a day and one of them's cardio, one of them's lifting, and you're eating a diet, like you're gonna get lean.
And that's my issue. That's why I don't think I need cardio, is because like I'm trying to bulk and I'm at like 3,000 to 3,500 calories, and I still barely I went up 4 pounds the past like month and dropped a percentage in body fat. And I was eating like a maniac, and so I was just like, but then now that I'm lower in body fat percentage, like and then I've just plateaued at weights, like pushing weight, because it's just like you at a certain point on body fat, like when you get down, it's just like you can't. Even Alex Eubank was talking about that, where he's just like, if I get too lean, I don't feel productive in the gym. Like I don't know, my mindset just gets kind of bad when I'm too lean.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I've seen Alex firsthand and stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely a battle like with social media, man, because you like
You
want
have
to,
yeah,
they
you
want
want to
to.
look, you have to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, my dream like about a year ago, when with kind of the influencer gym community started really popping off, I'm gonna keep doing the rings, whatever, and I'm just gonna grind at the gym, and I'm just gonna go like all at gym content in about a year. And then like as it's gone, I've seen some of Alex's videos, and where he talks about, he's like, it's so hard like being a part of the gym community, because he's like, I want to focus on myself, do it bulk, just really go at it to really increase his size. But he's like, as soon as he starts bulking, his content performs less, and people are like, oh, did Alex get smaller? But really, there's just a percentage of fat, a little bit more on him. You can't see as defined.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's got to be tough, because like for me right now, I feel lean, I feel better about myself, and when I do start bulking up and I gain a couple more percentage of fat on my body, my not confidence, but I was just like, when you see when you're lean, especially, your pumps are just crazy. And so it's just like, you feel more motivated to go to the gym. And then when you're bulking, it's like, it's hard to get to the gym.
100%.
We totally just switched this podcast.
Now it's a gym podcast.
Dude, we could have I would love to talk just like on everything, because I've been going like just crazy into diet and gym stuff for the past like 6 months. But I had a question written down. I'm curious where you work out. I saw one of your videos, and do you know what to say?
Oh no, I can say.
Oh, okay.
I just have like, dude, the thing is I have like 5 different gyms I go to, because
What's the one? This one looked sick. It had like an outdoor. I don't know if this was just because I just.
oh
watched
yeah,
your
is it the one
content.
I just posted on TikTok or something?
Yeah, I think it was. No, it wasn't that one. Yeah, it was this montage.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fire.
That's at my apartment. That's at the
Oh
challenge.
shit! Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's
have a
like
little
one of
outdoor
my
gym?
options. Yeah, they have a little outdoor section.
Sick.
It's so
Wait,
nice.
I thought there was. I swear I saw a freeway in it. You're.
Yeah, so there's a gym and there's an outdoor gym.
But dude. I've never seen a single apartment complex with freeways.
No, it's nice. Like
That's rare, because their
crazy.
liabilities are insane. Because when I was at Liberty, that was my biggest issue. Was like, I felt like that was what was holding me back. They had no free weight stuff. Which
Yeah.
was so obnoxious. But cables, oh my gosh, you could do so much with cables.
Yeah.
So that was fire. But
There's
yeah.
also like, it's all concrete there, so you can like drop like weights and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can drop them. It won't be like so loud and stuff
Yeah.
too. But yeah, so like I work out there, and then I have a Vasa membership, and then I have a buddy who like owns a little small gym.
What's it called? Is it
Kaizen? It's
no.
called Kaizen.
I'm thinking of that one that have that like gorilla spray painted on the. I can't remember.
Primal.
I don't know. It's downtown though.
Oh, I'm not sure. And then like with Max too, we go to a bunch of different gyms, like Iron Ground, and that's
Which
where
one's
I've
your
been to like
favorite?
everyone. Iron Ground, if I'm like talking about the way that it looks, like lighting and stuff for like content.
Okay.
My favorite personally is like the apartment, because I just like to work out alone.
You're right there.
Yeah, and it's right there, so I can work out like 3 a.m.
I want to see Iron Ground.
Because straight up, my schedule is actually like 6 a.m. to like 1 p.m. right now. Like sleeping like 12. I mean, like sleeping
Really?
like 6 to 12. So like,
I was good at that. I'm glad you
like,
said that, because I was curious. So yeah, when do you try to get your workout in?
like anytime. That's the thing. Because
Yeah, it's random.
just whenever I can fit it in. Because I literally just have so much going, and I like want to like, achieve that greatness so bad. And I want to be the best I can.
mean,
It's
hey,
like
there's
nonstop.
Yeah, there's that
nonstop.
time and period for sure. I'm curious, because dude, I'm honestly, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm the 6 a.m. level, but last week was a 5 a.m. time for sure. Because what would happen is like my mornings would be slow, even if I was getting up at 9, and I wouldn't really start getting productive till like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
But then I would stop around 5, and then I'd go work out, I'd get a meal, and then it'd be like 9, and like I don't like if I didn't feel like I accomplished everything. But then if I get into the headspace again, I just go until like I'm burned out, and so then I would just go till super late, and then and so it's been that way for so long.
Yeah.
And I feel like 6 a.m. to 1. I feel like now I'm gonna like, I saw something in this book. I'm reading this book right now. It's called I think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. Have you ever heard of Jay Shetty?
I feel like I know.
He has a podcast called On Purpose. Best podcast ever. He was a monk for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So he had a like not life crisis, but just didn't know what he wanted at 18. Went and became a monk for 3 years and stuff. Wrote a book about it. Started a podcast. Great guy. But he was talking about how he's just like go and wake up an hour earlier every day, and then it's gonna naturally like push you to go to bed early, because like with editing, like I feel like if you got up at like 4 or 5, whatever, and then got to bed by like 8 or 9,
Yeah.
it's the same amount of sleep. but then it's just like, I don't know. Scientifically, they say it like is healthier for your body and whatever. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. Cause I just want to see like if my energy changes.
Yeah.
But there's also like, dude, there's something, you probably feel the same way. There's something about like getting something done, especially if you're passionate about it at like 4 a.m.
That's how it is.
Like there's something about that 4 a.m. grind.
Dude, sleep has been such a big thing for me, like going back and forth. Like I've tried it all out.
Yeah.
And I think it really just comes down to you as a person. Cause like for me, dude,
You like that
since
schedule?
I've been on this schedule, like I've been kicking out a video if it's not for me, for like clients. I've been kicking out like an edit almost every single day now.
Hell
Because
yeah.
like after this, like it's like what, 8 o'clock
Yeah.
right now? So it's
Yeah,
like it's 8
exactly,
o'clock.
yeah.
I'll probably go like hang out with my friends, chill out for a second. So I have like my beginning of the day is like my 12 to like 6, 7, 8. I'll like do everything and then I'll chill out from like 7 to 10, kind of like relax.
Okay.
And then it's like work mode again. And I'll like drink a Celsius, be
Do
up
you
till
usually
6
hit the gym
a.m.
before 10?
So I'll usually get in one of my workouts, which is usually my indoor workout, and I'll do my, like, I love for some reason lately just running at night downtown at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Like nobody's
sounds
out,
amazing.
just me.
Dude, that sounds
like,
amazing.
It's amazing, and it's like I get all my work done.
Bro, you got to get some drone
Boom.
footage of that. Do you have a drone? I will
Yeah.
literally come and get footage of you. Like I could just imagine Drew shirtless with what's that thing where they like tuck in the like that like tight shirt behind or like
Oh,
the
yeah,
white beater,
yeah,
tuck
yeah.
it behind the shorts. I can just imagine you running through the streets of Salt Lake at 4 a.m. and all the homeless people are just like looking at you. There's a drone right above. It's like 16 millimeter. You just see the whole city behind you. You're just running right in the middle.
See, that's literally the problem with 75 hard though. It's like, dude, if I could go one day where I film all that,
Yeah.
and then one day where I'm like actually hitting it hard,
Yeah.
then I could like that's my problem because I can't kick
Yeah.
out my own content as much because like I gotta
Yeah.
work too. I can't
Dude,
like
we're going in every direction that I've wanted to hit, so it's perfect because
everywhere.
I'm glad that you're talking about your schedule. So okay, finish it off so then I can lead into this next question. But so you do that 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, then you get back into like another
So like
grind mode?
10 to 6 is usually my like lately it's been all of my editing and like creative editing, I guess you would
Okay.
say, is like that portion, and then I get in my outdoor workout and then I go sleep by like 6. And that's my 10 to 6 every day.
So
lately.
you would say like around 5 to 6 is your average going to bed?
For the past month, yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Bro, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to like wake up at that time.
And like I did that too for a while. Like I
And it
did
just
5
didn't flow with
a.m.s,
you?
but like I just like I don't like going to sleep.
Yeah.
Like like my body is like it's time to go to sleep at like 5 6
Yeah.
a.m.
Well, the only other thing I'll say, and I bet like, it's kind of like obvious, is like after 10 a.m. you're not getting interrupted. You know, or sorry,
10
after 10
p.m.,
p.m.
yeah.
You're not getting interrupted, and that's the thing that I love.
Mm-hmm.
Is especially I live with people, but like it's like if I'm doing something at 4 a.m., nobody's calling me, nobody's texting me. There's no one hitting my line. Hey, can you finish this? Can you do this? Hey, we need this submitted. Blah blah blah. All that. It's like
Yeah.
you are fully in control of everything you're doing in that moment. So that's like the only thing that's really hard. But I'm also like, okay, well, if I get up at 4, but I don't feel like I'd be as productive. But if I got up at 4 and got in my meditation, cold plunge, whatever, and then 5 o'clock hit the ground running, I'd have a good 4 or 5 hours before people are calling or texting me or I have any distractions. So there's both. And so I think I need to test out both for me, but I'm the same way, but I don't know why I do this, but I feel like I don't judge myself, but I like, if I'm up till 6, it's different if I'm really working, but sometimes I get distracted. I watch TikTok or I'll throw on a show and then I'm like editing and then I'm just like watching the show.
Yeah.
And then I don't feel like I got everything I want done. And then I'm like, hey, I'm going to only get 5 hours sleep. So I can fix my sleep schedule. And I do that way too much. And then I don't wake up at that time. And so it's just like this repeating cycle of like this like emotion of like emptiness.
Again, dude, like that, it goes back to like,
Acceptance.
what is this tattoo and stuff, like beard
Yeah.
now. Like that's how it is for me. It's like, it's 6 a.m. It's like, okay, time to go to sleep. I wake up. I'm going to just do whatever I got to do once it's time to get up. Like, it's just, I'm not thinking about what my sleep schedule is going to be tomorrow. It's just, I just got to get them out of the sleep. If I can get like 6, 7 hours, like I'm cool. That's what I need.
that.
So it's just, all of my requirement is just 6 to 7.
I love
Whatever
that.
else happens.
That's amazing. No, I like that perspective. I'm definitely gonna have to take that moving forward. And the only thing I do want to say to the people watching is, so what he was saying about 75 hard is crucial. Like if you feel like you're in a stuck place, you need that discipline, you need that totally do 75 hard. But if you already feel like you are in a productive space, you already are, healthy, you have a healthy lifestyle, you're working out, you drink a lot of water, you're reading and whatnot. Something that I've done before, and the biggest thing is not judging yourself if you mess up one day. I feel like it's the same with 75 hard. Like if you mess up one day, it's like you could either cut it back, restart, or give up in general. And that's the part of like continuing to push forward. And so I always do these like 50-day challenge or even like 30-day challenges where you set the rules. And so you look at your life, like observe your life and think about where are the things that you are lacking in. And so it's okay, I say you want to fix your sleep schedule. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to wake up before 8 a.m. every day. And then it's like, okay, you have a sugar addiction. Okay, I'm not going to eat sugar for these 30 days, or I'm going to keep it to a minimum. And so it's like setting your own rules. And I've done this multiple times where it's like, hey, it's sleep, health, fitness, and then it's like a book I'm reading. I'm going to journal every night. That's one thing that's really helped me a ton is like when you journal every night and just like talk about the things that you were grateful for in that day before and like how you're going to move forward in the next day and the energy that you're going to take into the next day and the next morning. Like that's just something for me that's helped me a ton. And that was something I lacked in was like journaling because that was something that was important to me. So on that note, create your own 75 hard, 30 hard, 50 hard, whatever it is that you feel like the things you're lacking in that you could then push yourself and create discipline in other areas of life that you think you're lacking in the 75 hard things if you think you are successful in those. It's the only thing. I just wanted to add that because like I think that's something that's helped
100%.
So much. But leading into, so we just talked about your schedule. I'm curious on you were saying you struggle with this, so I'm very curious how you do it. But and this is something I struggle with, and I feel like I don't even have as busy a schedule as you, is staying like you're creating content for other people and other brands and also being consistent with your content. And that like, bro, I don't know how, like your content, and this is something I need to take in mind. I feel like your content on your personal page, like on your TikTok, is a lot more kind of like personal and like kind of like they get to see behind the scenes of your life a little bit, your apartment, your lifestyle, little montages that are shot with your phone, stuff like that. And that's where I was like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense because like it's something you can kind of like whip up quicker than like a whole montage or a whole this, a whole that, and they probably even perform better just because TikTok favors that text on screen and all that type of stuff. But how do you stay consistent with shooting a product photography reel or whatever for Young LA, shooting a YouTube video for Max, editing a YouTube video for Max, and then also posting on TikTok every day? Like, dude, that's why at the beginning of the podcast I said like your work ethic actually is like, dude, I hope you can like see it and value it because it is insane. Because like, dude, there will be 3 days where it like goes by and I'm just like, I didn't get anything done because I'm just like, I don't want to do this shit.
It's just, dude, like again, I just keep saying that tattoo. Like the beard and yellow thing is like, dude. If I think about it, if I like look at how much work I have, like I can't do it. Like I literally have to just, okay, this is one thing. We're doing this right now. Boom. And then I'm very organized. I use Notion. I'm very, So everything's in its right place for me and it's always adapting. But that's definitely a struggle for me right now because I think it's like 75 hard is I like want to post these daily posts and stuff. And like I've been bad at YouTube. I need to do my YouTube. But
like long form content?
Yeah, and my YouTube, I've been doing it every 2 weeks, and then it's like I need to get somebody to do that for me. But
outsourcing is key.
Yeah, my TikTok I'm kind of taking less seriously. Honestly, I kind of used it to funnel into my Instagram, and it's kind of given me all the opportunity that I've really needed.
Working with, yeah.
And it's like numbers. I hate them, but like if you have numbers, definitely people like look at the requests. You see you have a higher amount of following. Some of mine came from TikTok, so I kind of used that to my to my advantage. But the main thing with like just creating content is it's definitely like I want to push out the best content I can, and the balance of that is hard, especially with like all these brands. It's my biggest battle is like production versus being my own person, like being in the production realm. So
production to being yourself.
Like if I want to create the best content and get better and better where I can be at the top of that, or it's like, do I want to push my own brand? Because like I can make, for example, right now I can make way more money, for example, like making a video for somebody else every day. Yeah. Easily. But then I kind of like want to make my own stuff. So it's constantly back and forth, but I've just kind of found an equal ground that works for me right now. But I do want to get somebody for YouTube because I do want to I feel like YouTube is the one thing where I don't really even care like how many people see that at all. Like I just want the people who like
passionate.
know me to like know me more.
Yeah,
That's
know you
all.
deeper, dude.
Yeah.
That's it's very important. I think people lack on the growing that personal connection, no matter what industry you're in. But it's, you know, all content creators, like, they blow up for something, and then they don't. Most of them fall off because they either don't channel it into like creating a, you know, partnership with a continuous brand that's on residual, or creating their own product, or doing something, and they all fall off, and then it's like they're back to their normal life. I've seen creators countless times do that because they don't focus. They blew up initially because they got a lot of views on a trend or something. They blew up for something, and then they don't get personal. They don't be vulnerable with their audience. And like, that's where you grow. That's where the audience sees you and goes, oh, I want to connect with this person. I want to feel vulnerable with this person. I'm going to comment on this person's video. Oh, this person's motivating me. And then they see, like, you say something, you know, even the 75 hard, and then you have that Discord channel, those 700 people, they do it with you, and they're seeing you post every day, and then they're doing their thing every day. And at the end of that 75 days, they're more connected with you than they were before. And so then even in the future, like if you launch a product, you launch a you know, a course on video editing and everything, those people are going to be a lot more like diehard because you involve them into what you're doing, which is so important. And you've done a really good job at it.
And yeah, because like I blew up on TikTok initially. Like,
I'm curious.
So
because you have like what, 750?
Yeah, like 750 or something like that.
No follow back, but it's high.
I got you about that. But I know I got you on Instagram though. Yeah. But so I blew up on there. I hate saying it, but like it was really just because of my looks. Like that's just how I blew up on there. And it was like these little skits I do, and they were like, some of them were kind of funny, but I just blew up just on my looks. And after a while, like it was cool, and then it's like, I don't really like this. Like people really just like me because of the way that I look, and they don't know anything about me.
Yep.
So that's why I stopped caring about TikTok, and I tried to only blow it up so I could bring people to my Instagram where all my video work is. Yeah. Because I don't post my video work on TikTok. It doesn't perform well because TikTok's just not built for that. For like the stuff that looks cool I hate it, but like it doesn't perform well on TikTok.
Ever.
Like I put so much work into that, and then I can spend like, for example, 15 hours on an edit that I post on there, or I can go, hey, look at me with like a little text thing above me, POV, blah, 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 and then get like 2 million views. It's like, come on, man.
Exactly.
But I like just started to lose that connection with the whole app, and I hated it. So then I try to push everyone to Instagram, and then that's where I've been building everything, and it's been working well. But yeah, what you were saying with like having that connection with brands and stuff too is you'd be so surprised at the numbers of these guys who have like 4 million followers, but then they have no connection. So like they don't have any commission. Like nobody buys the products that they post because like nobody believes
connects with that person
and connects.
Where
with
there's
them.
other influencers, this guy, his name's Stone Cole. His name's Cole. Or he has like 3 different accounts. One's like Coach Cole, so he's like a fitness channel. He has a business channel on TikTok, and another one. And like his one where he teaches about business, 150,000 followers. He has a client that pays him residual $10K a month for like the content he creates for their channels, and then he also promotes their product. It's something like Notion, like it's an app people can use. Yeah. Because the people that follow those 150K that follow him are so like ingrained with what he's saying, because like the knowledge he's giving, he's actually providing value. Where these other influencers, they don't have trust, they don't have that vulnerability because they're not providing actual value. They're not, and even the value can be entertainment, but it also has to go deeper into like, how does that entertainment, you know, make them feel? Like, how does that make them motivated? How does it make them do this? But then there's influencers I know with like over 1 million followers that get no clients because it's just like, it's all about how you connect with people.
100%. And that's the number one thing I've learned with social media is like, once you're in it from an outside perspective, you see the numbers and they matter. But like, once you're in it, numbers really don't matter. No, they don't at all. They really don't. But
not at all.
And it's like with TikTok especially, I hate it because there are so many people where you can see, like, I won't name any names, but I mean, you can even say that I'm kind of one of them. It's like these guys or girls who are just attractive, and then it's like, oh, everyone thinks they're so hot, and then what do girls do? They like do OnlyFans. It's like boom, and then what do guys do? Like also won't name names, but guys do OnlyFans. It's like those are the ones who stick around and they get paid for that stuff, and they get that traction. But it's like, unless you take it like a sexual route, then you're kind of just you fall off, and then that's how like everyone is, and that's why have always luckily been passionate about videography, so I've never really cared about that side of
Yeah.
it. But a lot of people don't know what to do once they like people just stop looking at them. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
an old face, you know.
That's true. And as well as I feel like it's something that builds up with validation is like they get so used to validation.
Kills their
that-
ego.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
then when a video starts performing well, you get just completely depressed because I'm the same way I blew up for just like doing, I guess, not really F-boy shit, but like just comedy and then also mixing in look stuff and whatnot. And then that was when I was like, all right, I don't want to like be known for that. Like, yeah, but it definitely creates character development if you push it in that way. All right, well, we got to wrap things up. It's been
a minute.
awesome conversation. Yeah, I definitely, I love wrapping up just for like takeaways as well as these are great for like clips on social media. What is like your 3 biggest tips of advice for people wanting to become their best selves, chase their dream, and maybe even in media as well?
Got this one. This is a good one. Number one thing is stay grateful. Like, if you don't stay grateful, like I've had the thing with my ego, you have to humble yourself. Like you'll feel a little bit of a bump up in your ego, and you have to.
True.
But the only way I feel you can like truly control that is by like writing out your gratitude every day, like thinking constantly, like how can I help other people. It ties in my next one is serve those who serve you. That's one of the things that I write every day, which sounds selfish at first, but if you can help somebody and provide them with something and you don't get any return with that, then like I don't really care about you anymore. It's whatever. But like if you can also satisfy me in a way, like for example, I come on this podcast, I get to learn a bunch about you. I also get to get reach. Like more people get to listen to my story and stuff. So that's a big thing is like if you can serve those who serve you and you stay grateful for those people that you serve, then it's
connecting.
A beautiful connection.
Law of reciprocation.
And then the other last thing is like if you're starting out with any type of work, for me it's videography and social media and stuff, consistency and discipline. They tie together. It's like really just one thing.
Consistency and discipline, bro. I'm so glad you said consistency because, dude, I literally just made this this is my home screen. I just created today. Can you read that?
Consistency, yeah.
Right at the tunnel. And so like Richie, maybe punch in on this. You can.
Phone's off, buddy.
Oh, my phone's off. Hold
Just
up.
send me a picture.
Yeah.
I'll just pop up a screenshot.
Yeah, pop the screenshot right there. I'll send you a picture. But dude, consistency is a huge one. Is a huge one. Is consistency because you look at any brand, you look at any person, they didn't get there in a day, they didn't get there in a week, they didn't get there in a month, and very few even got there in a year. I mean, look at Disney's progression from the first year to the first 5 years to 10 years, and now they're coming up with their 100th anniversary, and they have theme parks everywhere. They control the entire media. It's like just staying consistent and trusting in your belief in yourself is just, I mean, it's huge.
It's just huge. Like it. If you like truly can just have those things, you stay disciplined, you serve the people who serve you, and you're consistent, and it's like it just works out. Because if you're like emphasis on the grateful, like gratitude, gratefulness, like if you can just keep that one, like that's how you kind of. That's like my emotional part. Like to stay happy, I stay grateful.
Centered.
Yeah. So I can never be sad if I'm grateful. If you're sad, dude, and you're sitting there and you're like, fuck, like I hate my life, everything sucks, and then you're like, oh wait, actually like I got a mom. Oh wait, but I don't have a mom. It's like, oh, you got a dad. It's like, oh well, you got a cousin, a brother, an aunt. Like you have somebody.
You have
a
body.
friend.
You have
a body.
You have a son.
You have feet. I can walk right now.
Yeah.
Like,
well, hopefully.
I'm just kidding. No, but literally, like, there's so much to be grateful for,
there really
and you can't
is.
be sad if you're grateful. So, yeah.
Amazing end note. Yeah. Oh, remind me. I need to hook you up with a ring, bro. I think this one.
Oh yeah.
This one's gonna match your style. I feel
Beautiful.
like.
I need to get back on my ring shit.
I'm gonna show you. I'll show you a bunch of rings. I'll hook you up for sure.
I like that.
So it's an angel ring. It says protection on the outside of it in angel lettering.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's my favorite piece I've ever designed. But you can see the angel if you look up close. She's holding a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like my protection thing that I always wear. I feel like it kind of matches your vibe, but
fits me perfectly too.
Look at that. Look
at
at that.
that. Right on the middle finger. Beautiful.
Hell yeah. All right, man.
Sweet. Oh.
Y'all have an amazing day.
Peace.